Wow, okay, yes, I'm in the crapper, and rightfully so, you know, being in this, talking about this film, and guess what, right, there's going to be spoilers, but you know what's so unique about this video, is that I've not seen it. I've spoiled the films for myself, just like many other thousands, millions of fans out there, right? You know, you get these films where they come out and they don't want any spoilers, you know, like Endgame or something like that. They all went berserk if you spoiled it and stuff like that. But in this Star Wars franchise, after The Last Jedi, for me it was after Force Awakens, I gave up my hope. You know, I knew right there and then I ain't going to see any more of this rubbish. Okay, now let's get a wee bit of backstory first. Me, I've been a fan since Star Wars A New Hope was released on video. Okay, and since I'm a very young boy, I spent all my life buying the Millennium Falcon, the the X-Wings, you know, the really original figures that are now worth millions, thousands or whatever, right? So, and then as when episode 1 came out, it just reinflamed my passion for Star Wars. I then went out as an adult, I started buying more and more stuff, bought books and mythology and graphic novels about it, you know, and stuff. So, Trivial Pursuit, you know, I might as well just play myself. I'm going around. So I was really, you know, buying CDs, music, anything that had, you know, paying £50 for the Ewoks movie on VHS. You know, spending a lot of money on the Boba Fett. I was obsessed. And right as I believe I thought Disney buying Star Wars, I thought, good thing, but it's Lucas. Then I believed at the time that Lucas, and this is true, there's videos out there when Lucas was talking to Kathleen Kennedy, and he has said he's written 6 scripts. He was going to give up his time and, you know, go and help him and help them with the film. And then these people lied. They lied to Lucas and Bob Iger or something like that, who just released a book, and he goes and basically in this book he admits that, you know, they betrayed Lucas. So straight away, knowing that this creator has been treated this way, and that they didn't do the films the way that George Lucas wanted to finish off their characters, they didn't do it his way, even though they promised to uphold the true meaning of the characters. They lied, destroyed Luke's character, even Mark Hamill. I know I keep jumping, but just try and stay with me. It might actually feel like you're watching Rise of Skywalker again, with the amount of jumping it's going to go on. So Mark Hamill has said that when he was playing the character of Luke in the movies, that he was portraying him as somebody else, you know, because he didn't believe that was Luke. So as a fan, and I mean, when you have graphic novels and games and everything else, you know, and it's written, approved by George Lucas, then you know it's okay. These films ain't approved. They're not approved even by him not even turning up at the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker, having nothing to do. There's even a photograph out there of him going like that, and J.J. Abrams going like this. It took China recently. I don't know where he was from. It probably wasn't in China, but anyway, the reporter had asked Kathleen Kennedy how she felt betraying Lucas and not using the midi-chlorians. And Kathleen Kennedy lies again and basically says, oh wait, George Lucas didn't write a script. Bam! We all saw it on video. Do you not realise there's YouTube out there? And George Lucas, and Bob Iger or whatever, has basically said he'd written umpteen movies for the franchise. So, when Force Awakens happened, and I was watching it, and I went, this feels like A New Hope all over again. Same storyline. And then, what I was led to believe that Mark Hamill was hoping to be in the middle of the film. There were great opportunities. The bit that I honestly thought it would have been in was when she was fighting in the woods with Kylo and the lightsaber goes out the hand. I honestly thought this is when Luke steps in. But no, it's only 2 minutes at the end. Then when Han Solo gets killed, Leia doesn't hug Chewbacca. The director then comes out, J.J. Abrams came out and apologises for that, and I know it got people upset. So now he tries to make peace with it in this film, where I hear that Lando hugs Chewie and is a bit of a pain when Leia dies. Leia, who shouldn't have been in the movie shouldn't have been in the movie. She's dead. She had a message aboard. You could tell she was CGI. It was all cringy and everything else. That's my knowledge of the film surprised you yet, even though I have not seen it. It's because anyway, so now we have what do you call it? Oh yes, the made-up force powers. Right, the made-up force powers. So I'll come back to that. But I do know that they made an episode of Mandalorian, again, something I haven't seen, where this new force power of healing has occurred. And also for the people that have seen that will then accept it in this movie. So what you had during the course of the movie is them just running all the way from left to right of the screen. And then you had Kylo, who's one of the worst villains who keeps on getting beat. Right? He gets beat by Emperor Palpatine, which George Lucas says is dead. He got killed in the Death Star. But what we know is that these three movies aren't really connected. We have got two directors fighting over it, okay? And so there was no overall plan for this franchise. Palpatine was a last minute thought. And how does he die? How does Palpatine die? Of course, you've got the social justice warriors out there. Let's have a woman. Let's not have Luke kill the Darth Vader kill the Emperor. Let's have who the legacy, that George Lucas says he was the prophecy one to bring balance to the Force. No. Let's bring the woman in. And what will happen is, basically, Palpatine has somehow survived the fall from the Death Star, doesn't give an explanation of how he got back, apart from missing fingers, and say, oh, the Dark Force works in mysterious ways, or the power of the Dark, or whatever. I went, Jesus, no explanation. He's been basically telling her all throughout her life. He's been manipulating everything, right? Throws Kylo into a pit, just like nothing, right? He fires lightning at the girl, forget her name, right? She blocks it with a lightsaber, goes back in him. Mind you of anything like Mace Windu? Did he not really get a grab? Did he not get a hint maybe Force Lightning's not the way to go? Look what it done to him in Revenge of the Sith. And then you've got, of course, Darth Vader, who picks him up and throws him over. It didn't really work well with him, but Palpatine continues to burn his face off. And then of course, Kylo Ren, with his new Force abilities, jumps out of the pit, gives her a kiss of life, and dies. Right? So, but now we have the ghosts, Force ghosts, right? Obi-Wan in Empire Strikes Back, he says, when you go and face Darth Vader, right? When you go and face Darth Vader, you must do it alone. I cannot intervene. So Force ghosts cannot take over, and they can only guide you, right? And Obi-Wan has been many years learning this way from Qui-Gon. Okay? And then all of a sudden, Jedi Force ghosts can fight. So what was stopping the Yoda from cutting off the head? It's just basically saying the first 6 movies don't count, and they said that in what do you call it, the Last of the Jedi, when they totally discriminated everything that ever went before. They totally put it down. They made Mark Hamill into a farmer that milks blue milk and everything else. It just totally, basically said whatever Yoda in the Clone Wars was saying before doesn't count. But somehow fans out there seem to accept this. I mean, I don't understand that. So now we have Force Ghosts basically coming, and all of a sudden you've got all these other Force Ghosts appearing, or talking, in the voice, in the head. So they've all now got the power. All the Jedi's gone before are all into her because she is the SJW, social justice Jedi warrior person. So apart from ruining the legacy of what George Lucas has created, not only did they betray him and that he never turned up at the premiere, not only did they not use his stuff, but they destroyed his characters, they destroyed his original trilogy, they made up force powers. There was nothing new in it. There was no planned version of this. All that was in The Rise of Skywalker was wee homages to things that had gone on before. Wee bits like Lando kissing Chewie, oh that wee moment, or oh look, they're standing in the same place, look, it fought Darth Vader, oh that's nice. But when you get down to it, it is a 2 fingers to Star Wars. And I hope it fails, because I really want, it will make money, don't worry about that, whatever, not that I'm worrying. But the strongest message a true Star Wars fan can do is not go and see these movies, is not pay extra money to go and see this. I do know people out there can sometimes see a film once, think they like it. I did with Justice League, and then moments later you sit back, you relax, and you think about what you've just seen, and then good turns to anger. And I'm totally respecting China just now. China, and that's why I said this man, I believe he was Chinese or something, and China's done. I think for me, my personal view on it is they're faithful to George Lucas and his vision, and they said this isn't it. For me, the Star Wars story ends with Return of the Jedi. I just think they sort of left Leia out. You could tell she wasn't there, and CGI, it was very cringeworthy. How do I know this? Because I listen, I talk to people. They describe it to me, what they saw. I was raising my boy on Star Wars, and him and I said, listen, you can go and see it, but for me, it would just tarnish what I loved about Star Wars. It's up to you to make that decision. He stood by me. They went, no, Dad, I want that. And that's how you put a message to Disney that we do not like what you've done to Star Wars. This trilogy should never have been made, and if it should be made, it should have been done a lot better, should have been handled better. It should have had George Lucas on board to help it, so we know and we could believe that this was canon and not some sort of SJW feminist movement. I may make another video about this, but no, I hope now the Force is awakened and all of those fans out there I appreciate all those YouTubers out there that didn't pay any money for this sacred stuff. And some people out there says, why are you passionate about that? We are geeks, we are nerds, we are passionate about things. People are passionate about sport and everything else. It's just a movie. One movie by itself is just a movie. But when you're jumping on the bandwagon of something that has went through generations and has brought books and entertained and created a universe and its laws out there, and then just totally destroy all of that which once was created, then you feel, it's like, take something that you love and you're passionate about, and then the next day you come across and somebody has just turned it into something that you hate, and it was almost destroying everything that you loved about it. That is how people should, it's not trolling, it's not just hate, it's people sharing their passion. And I just feel unfortunate that I can no longer go on this Star Wars journey because of bad management by a huge corporation that owns the masses, that hasn't thought of an original idea for many years, and the only reason why they bought Star Wars wasn't because there was any passion or any love behind it. It's because they know they can get anybody into their seats and pay money for any rubbish they decide to throw at you just because it has the name. And that's all it has, is the name. It doesn't have the soul and heart of what came before. Thanks for watching. This has been DC Vigilante.